Coming up next, high school volleyball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to Junior Varsity Girls Volleyball from Lorain High School alongside Bob Schlembaker. My name is Rob Polinsky. Tonight we have a non-conference game for you. It's the host Lorain Lady Titans with a record of 4-2 taking on Elyria Catholic, and the Lady Panthers come in with a record of 5-2. Lorain in the blue uniforms, EC in the green. Both teams out onto the floor to start game one and this match. And starting for the Lorain Titans and Coach Alicia Neely, it will be Talia Harris, Julissa Williams, Aaliyah Thomas, Mercedes Rivera, Carissa Holcomb, and Heidi Swiggett. And starting for the Elyria Catholic Lady Panthers, Amanda Porter. Also out there for the Lady Panthers is Maya Halliburton. Get you the rest of them as soon as we see them. Madison Traxler, Emily Garapick. And the first point goes to EC as the serve is long. Panthers lead 1-0 here in game one. Serving for Elyria Catholic, Madison Trexler, a freshman. Trexler with the serve, dug out there from the back from Yasmin Faria. Sent over for EC. On the pass is Julia Caruth. And sending it over, back over to the Titan side, middle of the front row. That is Aaliyah Thomas for Lorain. And hitting it into the net is Thomas, and that gives EC a 2-0 lead. Madison Trexler to serve. Trexler's serve is long, out of bounds. That gives Lorain their first point of the game, and it's 2-1 EC. Early stages of game number one of this JV match. And going back to serve for the Titans is Talia Harris. She's a sophomore. Harris, nice line drive serve, but off the top of the net. Point goes to EC. Play a good line drive serve, but needed to be just a couple inches higher to get it over the net. 3-1 EC. Garapick serving for Elyria Catholic, Emily Garapick. On the third hit, hitting it over for Lorain is Julissa Williams. And nice job there from the middle of the front row for Lorain. It was Swiggett combining there with Thomas to get the point, and it's 3-2 EC. For the Lady Titans, going back to serve, is Hannah Lurie. And for EC on the third hit, sending it back over is Julia Caruth. Dug out from the back row. Cross-court hit, and for the Panthers, it will be their point. And hitting it over for EC was Amanda Porter. Hitting it over on the third hit for the Titans. Nice job on that kill for the Titans JV. It was Mercedes Rivera with the point. And it's 4-3 EC here early on game one. Mercedes Rivera with the nice kill. Third hit, putting it over for EC, that time Madison Trexler. And it's sent wide out of bounds by the Titans. 5-3. Point goes to Elyria Catholic. On the third hit, hitting it over for the Titans is Swiggett. And the runaround kill for EC is Sydney Yannick. Her first kill, the freshman. Went around the setter that time, put it down nicely, and EC has doubled up Lorain here early on in game 1, 6-3. And serving for Elyria Catholic is Julia Caruth. Caruth with a good deep serve, dug out that time by Hannah Lurie for Lorain. Sent over on the third hit by Talia Harris. Middle of the front, or I should say about the midline there, jumping and putting it into the net was Caruth, and it's 6-4 EC out in front by 2. Serving for Lorain is Julissa Williams. Jump serve. Williams sends it back. The set by the Panthers and putting it over. And getting the point for EC. They're going to give that to Madison Trexler. 7-4 Elyria Catholic. Set for Lorain, and sending it over for the Titans was Holcomb. Again, they're going to try to set it up, but that time it went too deep over to the Panther side of the net, and putting that down was Emily Garapik. Garapik, a junior middle hitter, makes it 8-4 Elyria Catholic. And serving will be Amanda Porter, a junior. Third hit, sending it over for the Titans is Julissa Williams over to the Panther side. Panthers send it back to the Titans. The set, and hitting it over is Carissa Holcomb for Lorain. And nice effort by the Titans, but unable to get the point as it fell on their side of the net. But a great diving attempt by Julia Lurie to keep that point alive. It's 9-4 EC. And from the middle of the court, putting it over and off the hands of a Panther is Julissa Williams, the freshman outside hitter, makes it 9-5. And we're going to get substitution for Lorain. Coming into the match is Aaliyah Thomas, who we saw a little bit earlier. She's a sophomore. And serving is Yasmin Faria. Set for EC, and putting it over for the Panthers is going to be Maya Halliburton, a sophomore. Point goes to the Panthers, and it's 10-6. So the Panthers have led throughout. It's been close, though. They scored the first 2 points, and then they took a 3-2 lead. They've got it up to as much as 4, and that's where we're at right now, 10-6. And that point will go to EC as Lorain can't get the serve sent back over. It's 11-6. Panthers. So the serve receive for Lorain needs to improve here. And it's Maya Halliburton serving for the JVs for Lorain, or for Elyria Catholic, I'm sorry. Dug out nicely there from the back row by the Panthers, and they're going to get the point. And that was a great effort by Sky Rawson into the game for the first time. Sky Rawson with a great diving job getting to the floor, keeping that point alive until her team could get it. And EC leads 12-6. And again, Maya Halliburton serving. Faria putting it over to Thomas. Thomas sends it over in front of a diving Elyria Catholic defender, and it's 12-7. We don't have that number, but I believe that young lady is Lexi Zaley, although I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is Zaley for EC. Serve went too long, out of bounds. It'll be EC's point. They lead 13-7. In game 1, can you play the best 2 games out of 3? The JV level. Games go to 25. You must win by at least 2. Sent over that time by Holcomb for Lorain. Middle of the front row. The spike is going to be good for the Panthers. I'm sorry, that one was out of bounds, so that point will go to Lorain. So the Titans get that point. It's 13-8. Serving for the Titans is sophomore Talia Harris. And into the net goes the Panthers as they try to send it back over. Maya Halliburton went into the net and can't touch the net, so it's 13-9. Titans with back-to-back points trying to get back into game 1. Harris, good deep serve. Dug out by Zaley. left side of the front row, and that point will go to EC as a Titan went into the net. And it's 14-9, Elyria Catholic. Panthers serving and hitting it into the net. That gives Lorain the point. 14-10, Elyria Catholic leads in game one. So the Titans hanging around here in game one. Of course, when you're playing 2 games out of 3, this first game really important to get that 1-0 lead. And we'll see if the Titans can complete the comeback, trailing 14-10. Good line drive serve, and that's going to be a point. 14-11, and that's served by sophomore Hannah Lurie. So the Titans are as close as they've been in a long time. It's 14-11. Elyria Catholic, middle of game one. Lurie's serve, dug out by the Panthers, and they'll send it over on the third hit off the block of Lorain. And now on the third hit for the Titans, sending it over is Julissa Williams. He'll go back to the Titans side. And from the middle of the court, sending it over is Talia Harris back to the Panthers. And a nice spike there. It'll be good from the left side of the front row. Julia Kruth makes it 15-11, Elyria Catholic. Both these teams have fine records so far. Elyria Catholic 5-2, Lorain 4-2. And Amanda Porter will serve for Elyria Catholic. Holcomb on the third hit sends it back to the Elyria Catholic side. And a nice dink there, it falls into the hole of the defense. That was a nice job by Sydney Yannick. She found the hole in the defense where there weren't any Titan defenders. She put it down, and Elyria Catholic leads 16-11. And now you take a look at the Lorain bench, courtesy of Bob Schlembaker, doing a good job getting that picture of Elisha Neely and the Lorain Titan junior varsity team. I want to remind you that the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame, the LSHOF, they're now accepting applications from individuals and teams for consideration by the committee to select those to be inducted with the class of 2018 into the Hall of Fame at the enshrinement banquet, and that'll be in May of 2018. Nomination forms and eligibility rules can be obtained at the LSHOF Museum at the Lorain High School campus or online at www.lorainsportshalloffame.com or by calling Bill Rufo or Bob Lasicki. Rufo's number is 282-2045. You can get Lasicki at 245-2829. Titans hit it into the net. That gives Lorain or EC the point. They lead 17-11. The deadline to get those applications in is September 30th, 2017. I'm going to nominate Bob Schlembaker. How do I've got to do that. I've got to give those guys a call and nominate Bob for the Hall of Fame. EC with the point. They lead 18-11 here in game one. Can I put in Bob without sending in Joe? I don't know. I'm going to have to call those guys and ask. From the middle of the front row, hitting it into the net for the Titans is Mercedes Rivera. That gives EC a 19-11 lead. And for Elyria Catholic, serving will be Amanda Porter. Porter with a nice long serve. That's dug out by Holcomb. And the Titans with a little miscommunication. And it looked like two young ladies, Rivera and Williams, each thought the other was going to hit it over. Unable to do so, EC takes a 20-11 lead, and Lorain wants another timeout. So timeout here for the Titans as now you take a look at the Elyria Catholic bench, and that's Coach Kim Hirsch in her second year as coach of the JV team, talking with her junior varsity Lady Panthers. And talking with the varsity head coach for Lorain in her first season, Chantil Jackson. Chantil Jackson telling me that years ago she was a freshman coach on the same staff as Elyria Catholic head coach Barb Schuckman. So when we have the varsity match later on, we'll have Chantil Jackson for Lorain in her first year, Barb Schuckman for EC in her second year, and those two coaches know each other very well, having coached back both at Elyria Catholic a few years back. Back underway, Porter sends it over and dug out nicely at the net by Holcomb to keep the point alive for the Titans. Now EC puts it into the net. That's Julie Caruth hitting it into the net. Point goes to Lorain. It's 20-12. Elyria Catholic with the lead here in game one. And coming in to serve is Julia Lurie for Lorain. Lurie with a nice serve. Dug out from the back row by the Panthers. Set for Caruth. She is unable to put it over the net off the bad set. Halliburton didn't do her any favors with that difficult set. And that point goes to Lorain, and it's 20-13. The Titans trail by 7 here in game one. Panthers putting it into the net. Unable to send it over that time was Madison Trexler. Titans with 3 consecutive points, and they have closed this 9-point advantage down to 6. It's 20-14. Lurie again sends it over to the Elyria Catholic side and into the net. Trying to set it was Halliburton. The point goes to Lorain. Lorain with their biggest run of game one. It's a 4-0 run, and they trail 20-15 off the serves of Julia Lurie, trying to serve her team back into game number one. Halliburton at the net sends it out of bounds. Or no, it was just on the line, inbounds. And that point goes to EC, and they lead 21-15. Coming in is Sky Rawson to serve for Elyria Catholic. Rawson, line drive serve, it's an ace. 22-15. Rawson again. And there's a double hit by the Titans. And that makes it 23-15 EC. So the Lady Panthers 2 points away from game number one. Sky Rawson that time into the net on her line drive serve. Point to Lorain. It's 23-16. And now going back to see if she can get Lorain back into the first game here is Julissa Williams, a freshman. Throws it high. Jump serve to the back row. Set, sending it over for the Panthers, and getting the point for EC is Madison Trexler. And it's game point here in game one. 24-17. Serve off the top of the net over to the Titan side, and that time the shot is sent too long, out of bounds, and that will give Elyria Catholic game number one of this JV match. They win it by a score of 25-17. So game one goes to Elyria Catholic. They'll change sides, and we'll have game two following this timeout. You're watching Junior Varsity Girls Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
America's Navy, a global force for good.
Hi, my name is William Miller. I'm 16 years old and in 11th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying auto tech through Lorain High's Career Tech Education program. When I started taking auto tech class, I said, yeah, this is what I want to do for a living. The program is hands-on. It was really cool and amazing. We go through scenarios about what's wrong with cars, learn how to fix brakes, do oil changes, a whole bunch of other things. I look at it as if it was my car. What would I do to it? We get to really get into the cars. My teacher, Scott Krashenko, is a very fun teacher too. He's probably one of the coolest teachers I've ever had. He trusts us, we learn hands-on. He taught us that cars are changing very fast. In fact, it's changing like every 3 years. I learned these things because I'm in the Auto Technician Career Tech program. If you are a hands-on person and love cars, then I recommend this program for you. I know what I want to do, and it's all thanks to Lorain High's Auto Technician Career Tech program.
Getting set for game two, Elyria Catholic will serve in the green jerseys and the black shorts. Lorain will return the serves. They are on the opposite side of the court with the blue uniforms, blue jerseys and blue shorts. EC won game one of our JV game 25-17, and serving will be Maya Halliburton for the Lady Panthers. dugout from Lorain, and sending it over on the third hit for the Titans is Aaliyah Thomas. Sent over and inbounds. EC leads at 1-0. So Halliburton to serve for Elyria Catholic. They won game one, 25-17. Halliburton, the serve, and that one is going to be wide out of bounds. As watching that one land out of bounds was Jasmine Faria for Lorain. She did a good job of not playing that one. And we're tied at 1, and now serving for Lorain will be Talia Harris. Harris serves it into the net, point to EC. It's 2-1 Elyria Catholic. And serving for the Lady Panthers will be a freshman outside hitter Madison Trexler. Trexler sends it deep. Harris, and now putting it over for is Julissa Williams for Lorain. Over to the Elyria Catholic side, and putting that one down is Julia Caruth. 3-1 Elyria Catholic. Early stages of game number 2 of our junior varsity non-conference match between Elyria Catholic and Lorain. The Lady Panthers 5-2, Lorain Lady Titans at 4-2. Serve unable to put it over was Jasmine Faria, and it's 4-1 Elyria Catholic. Serving Madison Trexler. Trexler line drive serve, well done, and from the middle of the front row, putting it down is going to be Emily Garapick. 5-1 Elyria Catholic. Line drive off the net, ace for EC. It's 6-1. Elyria Catholic off to a good start in game number 2 as they try to get a sweep here in 2 games over Lorain. Titans trying to battle back after having lost the first game 25-17. Trexler with another excellent serve. Faria is able to pass it ahead. It gets sent over by Carissa Holcomb, the junior. And for Elyria Catholic, they send it back over. Holcomb digs it out. And the Titans put it into the net. That's a point for EC, and the Lady Panthers lead 7-1. So a good start for Elyria Catholic in game 2. And it's now 8-1. The good start just got better on an ace off of the serve of freshman Madison Trexler. And for Lorain, they're going to make a substitution into the back row. Faria comes out, and Mercedes Rivera, a sophomore, comes back in. And the serve off the top of the net lands on the EC side of the court. Point to Lorain. It is 8-2 EC, but Lorain will get the serve back. And serving will be Hannah Lurie. Good deep serve, and that point goes to Lorain. As unable to play it ahead, it was Julia Caruth, and it's 8-3. Titans get the point. See if Lurie can get the Titans on a bit of a roll here, trailing 8-3. And there's another ace, 8-4. 3 consecutive points for the Lorain Titans. They have cut an 8-1 lead to 8-4 as you get a look there at Hannah Lurie from the camera work of Bob Schlumbaker. Excellent serve again. And on the third hit, the Panthers will hit it over back to the Titans side. Holcomb with the set. And the block out of bounds will give Lorain the point off of Julissa Williams. 8-5. Titans with a 4-0 run here. And it's a 5-0 run. Unable to pass it ahead off that serve for EC was Trexler. It's 8-6. So Lorain with their biggest run of the match. They have scored 5 consecutive points, and they've cut an 8-1 deficit down to 8-6. Pass ahead, the set for Caruth. Caruth put it into the net, and the Titans are a point away from tying this game 2. It's 8-7 EC. 6-0 run for the Titans. So for the first time a little adversity for the Panthers. We'll see how they respond. There's a set, and from the right side of the front row, well hit, and it's a point for Elyria Catholic. 9-7 Panthers. And going back to serve will be Emily Garapick. Garapick wears 13, Trexler wears number 12, and there's an ace by Garapick, and it's 10-7 Elyria Catholic. And unable to pass that ahead for Lorain is Talia Harris, 11-7 EC. 3 consecutive points for Elyria Catholic, and they have stretched the 8-7 lead now to 11-7. Garapick to the back row for Lorain. Holcomb with the set. Setting it over is Mercedes Rivera for Lorain. And from the middle of the front row, that spike was dug out beautifully by Talia Harris. Holcomb sends it back to the back row for Elyria Catholic. Set for the Panthers. Caruth battling at the net. Still going on. And we still have a battle at the net. And EC now with it on their side. Middle of the front row sending it over. And that point will go to EC off the hit of Sydney Yannick. 12-7 Panthers. 4-0 run for them after Lorain had scored 6 consecutive points. Garapick to the back row. Holcomb over to Talia Harris. Her shot is wide. That was Jalissa Williams. Her spike attempt goes wide, out of bounds. It's 13-7 EC. Line drive. And Panthers get the point, 14-7. They've doubled up Lorain here in game 2. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor for the Titans as they trail 14-7. Kind of interesting. This has been a game of runs and spurts, and that's pretty common in volleyball. We were tied at 1, and then EC went on a 7-0 run to go from 1-1 to go up 8-1. Lorain answered with 6 consecutive points to cut the 8-1 deficit to 8-7. And since then, EC has gone on a 6-0 run. And then with the timeout called, and they go from 8-7 to 14-7. So this one definitely a game of runs in game 2 of this junior varsity contest. I want to let you know that the LSHOF is now accepting applications for individuals and teams for consideration by the committee to select those to be inducted with the class of 2018 into the Hall of Fame at the enshrinement banquet in May of 2018. Nomination forms and eligibility rules can be obtained at the LSHOF Museum at the Lorain High School campus or online at LoraineSchoolsHallOfFame.com. You can call Bill Rufo or Bob Lasicki. Rufo at 282-2045, Lasicki 245-2829. Both those gentlemen have 440 area codes. Deadline for the receipt of the application, September 30th of 2017. 14-8 as the Titans get the point. Sent back over, dug out there from the back row by Hannah Lurie. Sent over wide and out of bounds by Talia Harris. Point to EC, it's 15-8 Lady Panthers. Titans pass it ahead, middle of the front row. Mercedes Rivera can't get it over the net. Point to EC at 16-8. Line drive serve. And from the right side of the front row, Jalissa Williams does a nice job of putting it back over to the Panther side of the court. Set. Williams again put it into the net. Point to EC. It's 17-8 Lady Panthers. And serving for Elyria Catholic is Bree Vidovich. Holcomb sends it back over. Vidovich for EC. Middle of the front row. Dug out there from the back by Julia Lurie. And for Lorain, nice job saving it from going out of bounds by Jalissa Williams. Sent back to the Titan side. Set by Lurie. Sent back over by Rivera. Vidovic. Now they're going to set up middle of the front row, and it is too deep on the hit on the kill from the middle of the front row from the Lady Panthers, and that effort was Sydney Yannick. That makes it 17-9 EC. And Lorain the serve, and it will be Jalissa Williams serving. Jump serve, and she mishit it. Point goes to EC. It's 18-9. Panthers serving. In the back row, sending it over is Jalissa Williams. Set for the Panthers by Maya Halliburton. Back over to the Titans side, digging it out nicely, playing it ahead to the Panthers side. Halliburton with the set, right side of the front row. Dug out by the Titans. Good job by Holcomb there. And at the net, Rivera battling for Lorain. Set and dinking it over. Titans still battling. They send it over, but out of bounds. It'll be EC's point. Well, that was a good rally, but it goes to Elyria Catholic, and they lead it 19-9. Good deep serve, and it's 20-9. Excellent serve that time by Elyria Catholic. And on the serve is Julia Caruth. Gets it in front of a diving Jalissa Williams. The ace makes it 21-9 EC. So Elyria Catholic 4 points away from the junior varsity sweep. Williams back row, sends it ahead. Holcomb sends it over to the Panther side and sending it back over, but out of bounds on the hit. Hitting it too long was Caruth. It's 21-10 Elyria Catholic. And now back to serve for the Lady Titans is Yasmin Faria. Dug out by the Panthers. Sent over on the third hit that time, Madison Trexler for Elyria Catholic. And Lorain battling, and sending it over was Julie Elyria back to the Panther side. Double hit on Lorain, and that gives EC the point. It's 22-10. Lady Panthers 3 points away from the match. Lurie with the set, and the spike attempt is good. Left side of that front row, and I think that was Leah Thomas for Lorain, cutting the lead to 22-11. And now going back to serve is Carissa Holcomb, a junior for Lorain. Holcomb, nice line drive serve that is hit deep to the court of EC. Trexler sends it back to the Titans, left side of the front row, and we're going to get a Titan into the net. That will give EC the point, and it's 23-11. Substitution for Elyria Catholic coming back into the match is Amanda Porter to the left side of that front row, and now serving is Maya Halliburton. Halliburton's serve is dug out, sent over by Holcomb. There's a set for Porter. And in the middle of the front row, nice job of getting that battle to net. Aaliyah Thomas puts it down. Point to Lorain. It's 23-12 EC. And serving is Talia Harris for Lorain. Harris, line drive serve, dug out by Porter. The set now for Porter. Porter puts it down, and EC is at match point. Amanda Porter, a junior, with that kill, makes it 24-12, and another substitution for the Panthers. Coming back in is Julia Caruth. Coming out is Sky Rawson. And the Panthers will serve for the match here. Faria over to Jalissa Williams, back to the Panther side. Caruth with the spike attempt. It's long, out of bounds, and Lorain holds off match point. It's 24-13, Elyria Catholic. Substitutions for Lorain coming back in. Middle of the front row, Mercedes Rivera back to serve. Hannah Lurie. They're both sophomores. And that serve is long, out of bounds, and that'll be the match. So Elyria Catholic in junior varsity volleyball improves overall to 6-2. Lorain will drop to 4-3. It was in 2 games, Elyria Catholic 25, Lorain 17. And in game 2, Elyria Catholic 25, Lorain 13. As both teams get together to shake hands, that's going to do it for our coverage of junior varsity volleyball tonight on WLCS TV 20. Again, our final score, it was EC in 2 games, 25-17, 25-13. You've been watching girls junior varsity volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.